Okay, Assalamu alaikum. This will be the first video of the final project series. So I'm planning on doing 3 videos. First one will be this one, which will be called story building. The second one will be using cameras, and one more will be using scenes to manage the whole project more easier and so that it looks nicer and more manageable. And we also gonna use sound, of course, in our for our project. So the sound will be, I will show you how to use sound live this Monday. I don't know if this video is gonna go up before Monday or after Monday. I think after Monday. So yeah, so let's just jump straight ahead. So for this project, for our animation project, we have to use the Nigel Watts 8 points to develop our story. This is very important because when you write the report, if you have a good explanation on how your story was made from the theory, and then you have a higher chance of getting better marks. Also during the presentation, if you can explain the background of your story, how it follows the Nigel Watts points, it's gonna be better for you. So first, I think Madam already explained or took a class on this one, but I'm gonna do this instead of explaining the points or the principles. I'm gonna do a live example of what I would create as if I was a student right now. So the first one is called Stasis. Stasis is day-to-day life. So for my story, I'm gonna do in Stasis. Okay, let's make this a bit bigger. Okay. 20. Okay, for Stasis, it will be some students hanging out at Susan Mall. This will be the status of my story. The next one will be trigger, which is, let's go ahead and write down trigger. Trigger will be, for example, let's say there are some students hanging out at the student mall, and one of their friends comes there with the mask on, and he's trying to follow the SOP of the campus, but his friends makes fun of him because no one is they do not follow the SOP or wear mask anywhere, so they make fun of the main character. So let's say friends make fun for following the SOP. Okay, that's gonna be trigger. And then comes the quest. So let's go ahead and write quest. So the quest for my story would be, after he's ridiculed at there, he goes back to his room and he thinks to himself that should he why was he ridiculed, or yeah, he thinks to himself about what happened today. Okay, he goes back sad and reflects on his deeds. Okay, reflects. What is this? That's gonna be the quest. And the next one is surprise. The surprise is something surprise that something should shock the audience, or surprise should be something that shocks the audience, like even the main character, also the audience are shocked. So in my story, this is a hypothetical situation. In my story, I would write down surprise as the next day or maybe the next weekend. All those friends decide to hang out at the student mall, but they don't invite the main protagonist. So let's just say doesn't get invited to hang out. So basically everyone is hanging out without him, so it shocks him. So the next one is called critical choice. So critical choice. So in this scenario, the critical choice will be like right now he's back at his room and he's thinking about what he should do because he's not getting invited to hangouts anymore because his friends are thinking of him as dork or nerd, because he strictly follows the rules and regulation of the university, yeah, because he wants to stay safe. But the others are likely taking the situation, so they're yeah, not following the rules. So now the critical choice comes to play, where the main hero or main protagonist is faced with the choice of living the SOP rules or guidelines and chilling with their friend or hanging out with their friends, or he can ditch the friends, or not go to this kind of hangouts where he's exposed to risk. So choice is go to hang out or follow the SOP. So the next one is climax, which should be connected to the critical choice. For my story, climax. For my story, the climax is gonna be the friends that were hanging out in the student mall. One of them becomes positive. Okay, so one of the friends becomes positive. So as they are going outside and also inside IIM, not following the SOP. So one of them is positive, and from him, all the friends in that hangout, because they don't follow any of the SOPs, so they also get positive. So and spreads among the friends. Okay, that's gonna be the climax. And after climax, it's reversal. So reversal for the story will be that the friends realize that what their mistake was, and they starts to think that the main hero or the main protagonist was correct by following the SOP. So, and they should have also followed the SOP and could have avoided the whole situation of getting infected or getting admitted to hospital kind of stuff. So reversal will be like the main character is safe and others wished that they followed him. Okay, and the last part, which is resolution. So resolution is they all resolution will be they all starts to respect the main character and starts hanging out with him and follow the SOP strictly. Okay, now that's gonna be the resolution. So main character gets back his respect and everyone hangs out following the SOP. Okay, so that's a hypothetical story that I have in mind if I was doing the final project. So if any of you wants to take some of the aspects from here, it's up to you. Or I think most of you have submitted your storyline already. But if you want to improve your storyline, you can still do it before the project ends. You can submit your improvised project for the final one. But yeah, if you have a good storyline, that's good. All you need to do is make sure, even if your story is good, make sure that you have all these 8 points. Okay, and you yourself know how to distinguish the points between your storyline. Okay, so it's better. It's gonna be easier and better for you in your project report writing and also your presentation. If let's say madam asks about what is the climax of your story or what was the critical choice, then because you divided the project into 8 parts. Okay, that's gonna be the all for, because these are the definitions. I think madam already explained this in her lecture. So this is stasis. Stasis is everyday life. Trigger is something that's beyond the control. So the main character's friends make fun of him, but he cannot say anything back because he's following the SOP, and they think following the SOP is kind of nerdy and Okay, then the quest is unpleasant trigger. So he goes back and reflects that he's following SOP, which is a good thing, but his friends are making fun of him because of that, even though it's a good thing. Then surprise is that he doesn't get invited anymore to hangouts because they don't like to, hang out with him because he's the only one in a group following the SOP, and the others are like, chilling. So that's the surprise. Then critical choice, climax. Critical choice is something that will dictate the way the story turns. Okay, so if he, like, for example, in this situation, this is one of the storylines. So if you want to make the storyline a bit negative, you can, instead of in the critical choice, you can say he went to the hangouts instead of following the SOP. So in that case, the whole storyline will change from here after critical choice. So the climax will be one of the friends became positive, so he also became positive. Okay, and he had to admit to the hospital. Reversal would be he regrets his choice and he wish he was following what he was doing before. And the resolution will be he gets back from the hospital and feeling well and starts advising everyone about his experience. And yeah, advises against not following the SOPs to all of his colleagues and friends. And that's two different kind of storylines. So yeah, critical choice will determine how your story will go forward. I think that's gonna be the part one, which is building the story. I think most of you have already went ahead and built a story for yourself, what I remember from Madam. But yeah, you can also improve. But yeah, if you think your story is good, that's fine. Just make sure you divided it into the 8 parts. And for this final project series part 2, in there I'll try to show you the use of camera, like how you can move the scenes. Okay, the camera. And yeah, third is scenes. Okay, I think I already explained that one. So that's gonna be all for part 1. See you guys in part 2. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.